Okay, let's picture this. The intense world of a big TV show. You know, Dancing with the Stars rehearsals, high pressure, cameras everywhere, catching every single move. But what set off this whole media storm wasn't a dance step, it was something missing. Hilaria Baldwin's left hand. No wedding ring. And just like that, a missing diamond sparks this firestorm. People start wondering, is this Hollywood marriage finally falling apart? Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah, we've gathered all the articles, the social media chatter, the commentary around this whole saga.
Yeah.
We're trying to get past just the surface level gossip.
Right. We want to figure out how these things actually work, the mechanics of celebrity, crisis management.
Exactly.
So today we're digging into how Hilaria Baldwin tried to shut down all that marriage drama after she was seen without her ring, and maybe more importantly, why her explanation, why it kind of backfired with her biggest critics.
Yeah, it actually seemed to make things worse for them.
It really did. It reinforced all the doubts they already had about her credibility, I guess.
And when you look at the sources, the big takeaway is just how fast something visual, like a missing ring, can explode into days of news coverage.
Yeah.
Especially when people are already kind of skeptical about the person involved.
It's the perfect example of a celebrity microscandal, isn't it?
Totally.
Something totally normal for anyone else, like taking off jewelry becomes this massive red flag for them. And the whole Dancing with the Stars backdrop, that was crucial here.
Oh, definitely. She was a big name on season 34, so she was constantly under that, intense spotlight, total surveillance.
Right.
So the timeline, the rumors really started bubbling up late September 2025. First photo without the ring. September 27th, during rehearsals.
Right.
Then, just a few days later, October 3rd, she's seen ringless again. And that second time, well, that's when things really hit critical mass.
And the media just went into overdrive. I mean, the number of articles speculating about a split with Alec Baldwin. Wow. They got married back in 2012, right?
Yeah, 2012. And you can't ignore the extra spice the media loves to add.
Oh, yeah.
Like the fact she was spending all this intense practice time, close quarters with her pro dance partner, Gleb Sevchenko.
Ah, right. So that adds another layer of, let's say, intrigue for the gossip columns, even if there's nothing actually there.
Exactly. It feeds the narrative.
It's just wild how quickly a visual thing gets turned into a weapon, For most people, taking off a ring to dance or work out, it's just practical. You don't want to damage it or hurt someone.
But that's the thing, as the sources really highlight, for the Baldwins, who've had so much controversy swirling around them for years, this wasn't seen as practical. It plugged right into all that existing public doubt. Suddenly, a simple action looks like proof their marriage is shaky.
It really shows when people already think your public life is kind of a performance. Every little thing that deviates from the script looks like a clue, not just, a random detail.
Which means you need a very specific response, right?
Yeah.
It's a standard PR statement.
Yeah.
Probably too slow, too defensive when the scrutiny is that high.
But the way she actually handled it, wow, spooky music, a doll of her husband. That's where it shifts from just a rumor to this, super calculated performance aimed right at her followers.
Okay, hold that thought. If you're finding this breakdown of Hollywood tactics and a behind-the-scenes drama interesting, make sure you're subscribed to that deep dive. Because coming up next, we've got the full story on Hilaria's, let's call it, unique response, and why it totally bombed with her critics.
All right, let's get into that response. The Beetlejuice defense, as we're calling it. This went down around October 5th, 6th, 2025. Hilaria makes this really deliberate choice. No publicist statement, no exclusive interview.
No, straight to Instagram.
Yeah, straight to her own audience.
Which is in itself a pretty savvy PR move these days, going direct to consumer. She even framed it like she was just casually answering a fan, someone named Cammie.
Right. It creates this feeling of, intimacy or transparency. It makes it seem less like a planned crisis response and more like a personal, off-the-cuff thing.
Even though it probably wasn't off the cuff at all.
Probably not. And the actual video she posted, it was memorable. And for her supporters, it worked. She used that creepy, iconic music from the movie Beetlejuice.
The Tim Burton movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, of course, Alec Baldwin was famously in. That connection wasn't accidental.
Definitely not. And she's there cuddling this little plush doll of the Beetlejuice character Alec played. She even joked it was her, Alex, stand in here while he's gone working for. It's all meant to look playful and reinforce, we're fine.
Visually showing solidarity.
Exactly. And buried in all that playful stuff was the actual explanation. She wrote, "And ring is right here, though I don't wear to practice because it hurts with the crazy stuff we're doing, son."
The practical
The
excuse.
practical excuse. And then she, like, flashes this huge diamond ring at the camera, calling it her stunning sparkler. And boom, problem solved. Or so it seemed.
And look, for a lot of people, and outlets like Cosmopolitan, People magazine, it was seen as a success. They called it witty, honest, the best comeback. The story became, Hilaria shuts down the haters with humor.
Yeah, you gotta admit, strategically, it was clever. Using humor, using that prop tied to Alec's career, one of his most beloved roles, not a controversial one, it shifted the conversation.
Absolutely. It reframed the whole thing. It went from, are they splitting up, to, oh, look at this cute practical couple dealing with silly rumors.
But, and this is a big but, that kind of slick PR only works if your audience basically trusts you to begin with.
And that brings us right to the core issue here,
Yeah.
the credibility gap. That whole ring hurts during practice thing, it just completely fell apart for her dedicated critics.
It really did. Because that ring, it's not just a ring in their story, it's become this really loaded symbol.
Right.
And she's the one who loaded it.
This is where digging into the background, the sources, becomes so important. The people who are already skeptical, the online forums like the Hilaria Baldwin subreddit, they saw that video as just another fake, calculated performance.
And why, though? What made them so sure?
Because Hilaria herself had already told everyone what it means when she takes her rings off.
The memoir bombshell. This is the key, isn't it? The thing that just destroys the practical defense.
It really is. In her own book, Manual Not Included,
Yeah.
she wrote about a really difficult time in their marriage back around 2015. A rocky period, she called it.
Okay.
And in the book, she specifically admitted that during that crisis, she took her rings off because, and this is her quote, she was ready to walk away from Alec.
Wow, okay. So she literally defined the act herself. Taking off the rings equals I'm about to leave.
She set the precedent. So years later, when she takes the ring off for dance practice and says, it's just practical, well, the critics she already has, they just hear the echo of what she said before. They default to the high-stakes meaning she gave them.
That's kind of amazing, strategically speaking. Like
Yeah.
a total own goal. You can't establish a symbol's meaning like that and then expect people to ignore it when it suits you.
Especially when the memoir itself was widely publicized. It gave critics the exact ammunition they needed to just dismiss the whole dance excuse.
And then there's the ring itself. It's not just any ring. We're talking about the famous upgrade, right? That adds another layer of, let's say, financial discussion to all this.
Oh yeah, that's been a long-running point of contention for critics. Her original ring, maybe 4 carats, was swapped out years ago for this absolute whopper. Sources guess it's maybe 8, 10 carats.
And the value jumped significantly.
Hugely. From maybe $800,000 for the first one to estimates are over $1.2 million for the new one.
And for the critics, especially the ones who push that whole grifter narrative.
Right. For them, that huge upgrade isn't about love getting stronger. It's transactional.
Yeah.
It's proof she married a sugar daddy, or the ring is some kind of insurance policy.
So when she flashes that massive diamond in the Instagram video trying to end the speculation.
For the critics, it does the opposite. It just confirms their suspicions about what they see as the transactional reality behind the whole performance of the marriage.
It's just layer upon layer.
And we absolutely have to remember the background context here. This whole ring thing didn't just pop up in a calm period. It happened while the family was under immense ongoing stress.
You mean the Rust shooting aftermath?
Exactly. Alec Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter charges were dropped in mid-2024, yes. But the trauma, the civil lawsuits, the emotional weight of potentially facing prison, explaining that to their, 7 kids?
Yeah.
That's the constant background noise. It makes every little hiccup feel like a potential crisis.
And at the same time, they're launching this big TLC reality show, The Baldwins.
Right, which is clearly their biggest play yet to try and control their own story. But again, the cynics just see it as totally staged, like a sponsored couples therapy session designed purely to fix their public image.
Man, it really is a pressure cooker they live in. It must be almost impossible sometimes to tell where the real life ends and the performance begins, because the performance is their public life now.
And that leads us perfectly to what we're calling the Baldwin paradox. Their main strategy seems to be creating this manufactured authenticity.
Manufactured authenticity. Okay, explain that.
They put out this constant stream of supposedly real personal stuff, the memoir, Endless Instagram updates, now the reality show. It's all designed to control the narrative, to show everyone, look, we're just a normal, messy, relatable family.
Okay, I get it. But the paradox is,
The paradox is that the more they push this manufactured authenticity, the more intense the scrutiny becomes. People learn to look for the cracks, the inconsistencies.
and they use the family's own past authentic content, like the memoir about the ring.
Exactly. They use that as the yardstick to poke holes in the current narrative. So every attempt to seem real just
Yeah.
gives the critics more material to question if anything is real at all.
Wow. The missing ring story is like the perfect illustration of that whole cycle playing out.
It really is.
Goodness, this is the reality show that truly never stops, and we're here to track every twist. If you want to keep up with all the strategic moves and cultural ripples in the celebrity world, definitely hit that subscribe button right now.
Yeah, that wedding ring incident, it's like a little snapshot of the whole Baldwin saga. It just reminds you that for them, every single tiny detail, what they wear, a prop in a video, it all becomes part of this endless public drama.
And Hilaria herself gave the critics the definition. Taking the ring off means, I'm ready to leave. That's the story she told years ago, and that's the story the skeptical audience latched onto in 2025, completely ignoring the "it hurts my hand" excuse.
So now, their biggest gamble is the reality show, The Baldwins. It's their attempt to really grab the wheel, present their own version of events, deal with the controversies head-on, but completely on their terms.
Yeah.
Edited, produced.
Right. Which leads us to the final thought we want to leave you with today. Can that kind of highly produced, carefully edited version of someone's life, like a reality TV show, ever actually convince people who've already learned to question everything they see from that person?
Does performing authenticity, trying so hard to seem real, just end up making people trust you even less in the long run?
Something to think about. You've been listening to The Deep Dive.
Where we unpack the sources and explore the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and please don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives to help you navigate the world of knowledge.